Alright, so welcome to the bed of the S10.
I like that.
Adam keeps jiggling it and it makes me a little bit nervous.
This bed's rocking, don't come knocking.
I really feel like this
Talking
thing's
about the motor.
gonna tip over. And your motor better not be knocking. Alright, so
Floor it.
we want to do a little bit of a what's to come and get some input. Of course, anytime a YouTuber puts one of these videos up, they get the least amount of views because nobody seems to care. But I know the people out there that matter, the ones that support our show the most. Channel. We're not a show. I mean, we're a show. but the ones that are there for every video, we want to see some input. Biggest thing, looking at schedule.
Right. It's the middle of January for 2019. So not many promoters have put updated rules out. We just saw some come out today, some come out yesterday. We helped write some. Promoters typically around our area and for a lot of the shows we run don't have a schedule out for the season this early in the year, and they don't have rules out. So
fortunately, Hollywood did put theirs out.
Yep.
Peterson Promotions. I'm doing my best to help that promoter out. I see some good positive things there, but I've seen some things that scare me also. So we did write the rules for that. Those are posted. But other than that, the other big names, they got nothing.
Right. So we want to hear from you. Where should we run? It's early enough in the year. We can still kind of detail our schedule. And if you want to comment below, you don't have to give us a specific date if you don't know it. Just say, hey, we want to see you come to the Wassa Derby. And they typically run the weekend of the 4th of July. So that way we can kind of take our fancy little calendar that I print off at my One Goose desk, and I stare at it, and me and Cody go back and forth all day long. And
all season long.
All season long, yeah. And it never ends up the way we started, but it's kind of neat to see. I've got the last 2 years in a file, and I love to go back and see where we ran, what we took there, and everything. So this year, we're going to be focusing on, well, as you see in a lot of our builds already for the season, we've got started on. We've got the H-body we've already started on. A couple other cars. We've got the trucks that we're working on now. We build everything, not even really built. We build it to where it can be built. We have it stripped. We've got all the tanks and stuff removed, the glass. It's ready to have a week's worth or a day's worth of final touches put on to go to a specific show, unless it's a car that we know early ahead of time. Last year we ran a few team shows. We had full-size team shows, compact team shows, things like that. So those get built a little earlier. But
right. And that's not something that you're going to see this year. One thing that we did decide, last man standing race unfortunately is no more. The Fair Board canned it.
Yeah, we are the last ever official winners of the last man standing race.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But it sucks that that's going away. Really wanted to go put on a show there again.
Sure.
We have chose not to sign up for the compact team derby, the 4-man full-size derby. Lodi, yeah.
Right.
Lodi and Oshkosh should be those 2 shows. We don't want to do the team stuff this year. We would have done the last man race if they did that, but unfortunately they're not.
Right.
Reason being, just ease. I don't want to have a compact for this show, have to have a full size for this show, have to,
Right.
because you build a car, you run it, and then it ends up sitting because you got to focus on something else. Whereas I'm the kind of guy, I would prefer to take something I'm good at building, run it, beat the hell out of it, hope that it goes to the junkyard, but if not, you might as well put that thing in the garage, rig it back together, and go run it again.
Get rid of
not
it.
have to. I've got so much pre-ran crap sitting around, it just drives me nuts.
We learned from the first 2 years for sure. Pretty much every barn walkthrough video you guys have looked at, what have we pointed out every time? There's last year's Last Man Standing.
Yeah.
There's last year's compact team show. There's the year before that compact car, because we have nowhere else to run them until the following year, or a cleanup show, which we got lucky and we're able to get rid of some junk. Cody and I have both invested a lot of money in cage material over the last few years, tanks, pumps, hoses, fuel lines, all of this stuff, and we're going, this is great. We buy nice quality things, Derby products, we'll be able to take them out and put them in the next car. When you got 30 cars all full of stuff, you just keep buying more because you can't get anything back.
There's no reason that I shouldn't be able to find a tank to put in one of these trucks. Because I got a gazillion of them, but it's just everything's spread out into cars.
What are they in? Yep.
We're going to have a lot of fun this year. I want to thin the herd. Why?
Yep.
I like buying cars, and I can't buy cars when I got so freaking many. So
that's right.
You're going to see at least one of us driving damn hard this year, making sure that we can send some stuff to the junkyard.
I'm going to try to, my goal right now before the first ever Derby-related thing is I'm going to try to drive harder than I ever have, which shouldn't be too hard. And then I'm going to try to drive to where Cody goes, I'm impressed. That's what I want to hear from you by the end of the year.
All right, there's Adam's challenge.
There's my goal for the year, my New Year's resolution.
So, some dates that we ran last year.
Right. So, again, these are kind of based around the week of what we ran last year and what they might fall into this year. We looked at the previous schedule. We said, well, that Saturday now falls on this date. So, the first thing of the year, we are already pre-registered, and we're actually headed down there in 2 days.
Right?
Yep.
Might be after you. Well, hopefully it'll be Saturday the. What day is that?
I think that is still the 19th, isn't it?
Whatever. This coming Saturday.
Winter Rec Fest RC cars.
Yep, we're going to run a little cars again, so you'll see.
We'll be taking 4 cars down there.
Yep.
That's Attitude RC
features.
Raceway.
We'll have it all filmed.
Puts that on. Yep. So that's in Burnett, Wisconsin. I think that's close to Beaver Dam. It's
Sure.
about 2 hours from Wausau for us, so we'll drive down there. I hear that is going to be an indoor derby on a roller skating rink.
Well, we're putting on plywood.
Right, the plywood will be put down, but that'll be kind of cool. We'll be inside.
Interesting.
So last year we did.
Should I bring some skates?
Oh, I've never roller skated. I can roller blade like nobody's business, but I don't know about roller
I've never
skating.
been on skates either.
You know, that might be a video you want to see. So yes, we are going to run 4 cars at the RC Winter Rec Fest 2019 in January. We'll have some cool videos while we're there. We'll have all of the heats and features to put up for you guys to watch. If you want to get into the RC cars, there's a million different ways to do it. There's a lot of really cool setups out there. We actually offer brand new packages all the way complete derby ready. If you just want to buy the vinyl for an RC car, we have that too. So check out the onegoosegarage.com. We have everything on there listed for sale, or message us on the Facebook page if you're curious about getting interested in it. So I think right now between the two of us, we've got 5 RC cars.
Yep.
They're all ready to run, and we're having a good time. So
Absolutely.
first one. Next on the list,
Lions Club, Thorpe.
Wisconsin.
Usually first weekend-ish in June.
Right. So we skipped that one last year, but we ran it the previous year.
We did run it the previous year. Last year we ran Roberts.
Same day.
Same day. Yep.
Yep.
So hopefully we're going to do Thorpe again this year. It's a lot closer. Not near as far of a haul. There is a possibility before that derby. One Goose was thinking about flying east a little bit, but we'll see what happens. We won't actually be flying because
Out of state derby.
we'd be hauling 2 cars, but
Yep.
we're working with somebody else that you guys probably know to see if we might be able to figure out some plans to make that happen.
So we're not really going to tell you specifically what class and what car we're running there yet. We're going to save that for the end of the video. I think you're going to like that. So next on the list, now we're moving from June into the July area. So July and August are just always slam. Every single weekend we're at a derby somewhere. So Destructive Behavior usually promotes a show in Wausau, right here in our hometown. So I believe that's the 4th of July.
4th of July weekend. Yep. We always run there.
Last couple of years we've taken our team compact cars.
Yep.
From
Go try to
the
finish them
previous
off.
years. Yep, we've done that. So that's always fun. Then we've got that's the same thing, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay.
Lodi.
Yep.
Where we usually did the compact team show, but we'll probably now go down on the Friday night. They have similar classes down there, but they're for singles, and then they
Right.
put on one hell of a party. So if you want to come out and get drunk with One Goose,
That's a Friday, Saturday night derby. Singles class is on Friday night, like Cody said, and then they usually do pro mods and trucks and team classes on Saturdays. So
Yep.
we'll be entered in one of the individual classes there for sure with Hollywood Motorsports. Then looks like another one.
Seymour. That's where
That's the Last Man.
where they did the last man. Apparently, the actual derby is still up in the air there too.
Okay, so there's possibility for that. Then.
We'll see.
Yep. Then we have Action Auto back in Wausau, Wisconsin. That is usually the first weekend of August. So that is the Central Wisconsin
State
Mid Valley Fair or whatever,
Something like that.
Yep.
Lot of rumors floating around about Action Auto, so hopefully we'll be able to get some news here because of course everybody's hush hush. Make sure that that's still something that's going to happen with their normal schedule, and
Right.
we'll go from there.
Next up after that, last year we had a lot of fun.
Went to De Pere.
We went to De Pere.
Is that the one that was on a Wednesday?
Yes, that is the Wednesday where we have to take off a day of work to go there.
Well, he has to take out. I don't. I don't work on Wednesdays.
We work every day.
Right. I will 100% intend on making a trip back to that one again.
Right, so that was a lot of fun.
You can go hang out with Theo at Max RPM.
Yep, Theo. then it looks like we've got a new one on the schedule for this year around that time frame of August
August 17th.
17th is the actual scheduled date, I believe.
That is the scheduled date. Large Derby. Same promoter that's with Peterson Promotions. We'll get some more details about that soon. We're trying to sit down with Tom and make sure that everybody's on the same page, and then One Goose is going to be a large part of that if we can.
Yeah, we want to get a huge turnout for that show. We are going to play a big part, hopefully, in that show, and we want to see a lot of cars there. Get a hold of us if you want some more information or if you need a copy of the rules. Comment below. Again, we'll get that to you. Can you give them maybe a little insight of what classes you are up in the air right now? So if you have one of these cars,
if you have
can bring it?
a car, you'll be able to run it there.
Pretty much. If you have a tractor implement item,
you might be able to run it there. This is it's for the annual truck show, big truck show. It's their 10th anniversary. Big rigs, semis and stuff.
Yep.
And these guys are throwing out a lot of money.
Right.
So hopefully we can make that into a good show.
Right on. So we're going to round up the end of August. This might be around the 25th. We're not real sure yet. But Hollywood, Rick out there, Wapaka, Wisconsin.
That's
so
actually Wyawega, Wapaka County.
Wyawega, yep. So we plan on making an appearance there if we can. And then we start out in September. Actually, this is one of the last ones of the year for the Hollywood promoter, but it's a show that we went to every time. I believe this is close to your old stomping grounds.
Yep, and it's actually it's way closer to where I'm moving to.
Right.
So you saw me try to run 4 cars there in 2018.
Yeah.
I'm going to run whatever I got left.
We had 4 cars the year before.
I'll
2
take
apiece.
15 if I got them left.
Yep. Taking them all to Rochelt. That's always a fun derby. It's actually a concrete track with some sand on top, so most of the smoke you see is burning tires.
That's one that you can say on the schedule no matter what.
Yeah.
One Goose will be at Rochelt. For as
We'll
long
end
as
up there.
Rochelt has a demolition derby, I've been at that derby since I was 3.
Right.
One Goose will be there.
Right. Then things will slow down for a little bit until we hit the end of September. So I believe it is going to be September.
This one's a bad idea.
28th. Another out-of-state show. So I've pretty much convinced Cody that we're going to build 2 full-size cars and head down to Kennett, Missouri for the Delta Fair. That's my old stomping ground, so that's where I grew up in the demolition derbies. As you see, my brother Austin's working on his Delta Fair car on the Talkin' Derby channel. So we're hoping to put a couple cars together and get down there for that. We're still waiting on rules to come out. It's totally different builds than anything we do up here. So
He keeps telling me that. I looked at the rules. That's not that big of a deal.
it's a different show. I like to say that
it's
that's
stock. You'll be fine.
and maybe it's because I remember that show as a kid. I haven't been to it in forever. But to me,
people cheating.
that is the little... Yeah, I definitely remember people cheating, including...
Who are we supposed
Me,
to give
but-
since we just talked about your brother, who are we supposed to give a shout out to? Dewey something, right?
Dewey's Garage. Look that up on there real quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up. Dewey, I'm gonna give you your shout out here in a second.
That's
but
right.
I
If you
don't-
want
I
a
don't
shout out,
I
comment
only
below.
remember the Dewey part.
But yeah, the Kennett Fair, that was always a fun with me. What's really neat is I grew up with my dad being out there and all of his friends and then my buddies' dads were all out there. We were all out building cars with our dads and everything, and some great friends. Tony helped raise me in the derby car world. I got to build a lot of really cool things with him. So now it's all the guys my age group that are running it again. So it's kind of neat to come back after we become derby rock stars here
What the?
and put a couple cars together for that one. So
Dewey's Derby Shop.
Dewey's
That's
Derby
it.
Shop. Shout out to you. Thanks for your
Got some
comment.
cool stuff on there.
That's right. And then we ran this one in the 2018 season, so we're hoping that they put something together for
That
it
one
again.
has been finalized.
All
That
right.
show will happen. The Medford Cleanup Show in October will happen again.
Cody won that one last year.
Cody's gonna win that one again this year.
Yeah.
All right. So
Perfect. So
where do you want to see us?
That's January to October right there. There's plenty of open dates. Again, we don't have any solid dates for sure, but that's kind of the direction that we're aiming for. If you have a derby in your local area, we're going all the way from basically Arkansas, Indiana, everywhere. I'm sure,
Yeah.
you know what I don't see on here, but I'm sure we'll be at again is Blizzard Bash, and I think that happened after October.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
a November there, so we'll be back.
We'll go
at
there
Blizzard
again.
Bash. Might be big news for that show. We haven't
Oh,
finalized
God, I
that
hope not, but maybe. So, also cars. Want to talk about that?
Let's talk about cars. So thank you for staying this long in the video. This is the part you all want to hear. What are we going to run? You've seen us start a few projects already for this year. You've seen some of the builds from last year. Where are all these cars going? What classes are we going to run?
Who knows? These ones.
Yes.
The one we're sitting in and the one that you're sitting in, you just don't realize it.
Yeah, you're in the bed of the Ranger.
You're in the bed of the Ranger. These ones we know for sure. Only because Adam won't drive stick. So Adam will be driving this one.
Yes.
I'll be driving that one. Do you want to tell him where it's going?
I'll be driving the S10. As you know, Cody's driving the Ranger. We can tell him where these trucks are going because we want a lot of people to bring some more out there and have fun with us.
All right. As long as all goes well with the show that we talked about, these two are going to the Eau Claire show. Big truck show, demolition derby.
Peterson Promotions,
Peterson
August
Promotions.
17th.
We're going to take these two trucks. I have been told even the small truck SUV van class will be $1,000 to win.
Wow. That's pretty good.
You guys know that the little trucks don't usually see that kind of money.
No. And that's starting to be a pretty good growing class.
Yes.
So now, we're telling you specifically where the two trucks are going because I believe, if I'm correct, that's the only two vehicles that have a solid destination at this point.
That's very true.
Most everything that we build, you guys see in the garage, and it's a Adam's car or it's a Cody's car kind of thing. And then we stick with it. We swapped. You ran the Cavalier once last year. I've jumped in your stuff before. We always go back and forth. And we thought it'd be a really cool thing at the beginning of this season when we started talking that let's not get specific on cars. We both build each car together.
Yep.
That's the number one stipulation.
Which we always do anyway.
We do. And they're all built exactly the same.
Ish.
Okay, I go a little
This is my way
overboard.
of keeping Adam from going overboard.
How do you know that's Adam's car? Well, it's got headers on it, so everything I own has headers.
He's been under there welding it for like what?
Right. Where'd that whole roll of welding wire go? Huh? Fell out of the back of the truck. It's still in the back of the truck. You just don't know it.
So, we're going to get away from that.
Yep.
You're not going to see, we went out and found this car for Adam, we went out and found this car for Cody. Probably from here forward, really. I mean, we've got some stuff that we're going to use up.
Yeah, there's a few that I've kind of already got my eye on, and I know Cody's got his on too. But right now, we have built an H-body. We've got that one derby ready.
Merc wagon.
We've got a Mercury wagon. That one is also derby ready. We've got another car that's in the line.
They know what's coming. The green Lumina.
Green Lumina.
Bubble.
Got another bubble Lumina. And then we've got a blue
Square Lumina.
square body Lumina. That one's going to happen this year. So that's 4 cars right there that we're going to start out with.
We got to find 2 full-size cars.
Right. We're still going to find 2 full-size cars. We have some fresh, but we're not sure if those are the ones we're going to use. Again, that Southern Show, everything they got down there is stupid clean, so we got to kind of be selective. But those 4 cars, 2 of them are already built. The other 2 we're going to get started on here really soon. Behind the scenes, we're going to get them all ready, and then we're going to pull the keys out of them. We're going to toss them in a hat, and we're going to come back with you guys on the video. Maybe we'll do a Facebook Live for some of our viewers that want to catch a live glimpse before the YouTube video comes out. And we're going to draw keys out of a hat. Yep. So before the Derby, we'll do it a couple weeks ahead of time, whenever that's the next one in line. Cody will reach in and grab a set of keys, then I'll reach in and grab a set of keys. We'll hold them up, and we'll know exactly what we're going to drive for that Derby.
We'll pull them in, and we'll finish up the last few touches.
That's right.
I'm a little fatter than he is, so I might need to slide the seat back a little bit. But other than
adjust
that,
the seats, shifters. I like my shifter a little bit different, things like that. And so we'll do some final personal touches on them in the week upcoming to the Derby. But that's
we're going to try to keep
fun.
it. You'll notice on our channel, we're pretty much going to eliminate his car, that car, until maybe with a pre-ran. Even then, who cares? I'll run a pre-ran car that.
We'll hop in each other's
You
cars.
don't know.
Again, they're all built the same.
Then we'd just be running all your cars, so we'll have to figure that part out. We might have to switch. We'll figure it out.
Oh, yeah. So that's a pretty good list. Again, comment below. Let us know where your local derby is that you want us to run. And
even if we don't run it, maybe we'll come watch. We are talking about thinning back a little bit. But then again, on the opposite end of the spectrum, I'm thinking I may need to run as many as possible this year because I do want to thin the herd a little bit for cars that I have. I've seen a couple shows that fall on the same weekend, a Saturday and a Sunday.
We've done that before. Friday, Saturday shows
Friday,
too.
Saturday is just a way to try to get rid of a few more cars, have a little bit more fun. I do want to go to some new shows this year because we had the most fun at shows that were just a little bit different. But we also have Adam and I, if you've made it this far, good job.
Thank you, Kyle.
Yeah, exactly. And Sean.
Sean's always on there too. That's right. We got a handful of guys.
Adam and I registered One Goose Promotions.
Oh yeah.
LLP. Limited partnership.
Limited liability partnership.
Yes.
So we start out as One Goose Vinyl Company. We still have that rocking and rolling. Everybody needs their vinyl. that has grown into the One Goose Garage, where we're bringing everybody along for the builds.
Being dumb.
That's also included more of a, call it a One Goose Derby products if you want. We went from doing just vinyl to now we've got the One Goose Hot Box, which is just flying off the shelf. I can't make those things fast enough right now. That video has got a ton of views. We're actually going to have a new updated video on those. The RC car bodies, we started making RC stuff. We sell RC tires and anything to do Demolition Derby. If we can figure out a way to make it for you guys and save you a few bucks, we've got it. So why not promote a few Demolition Derbies?
Because we got so much free time.
That's right.
We're going to try to pick up a couple shows for 2020. I've reached out to some folks. I've got some decent feedback. Obviously, a lot of places are under contract. If you know a show that's struggling, shoot it my way. Shoot a message either down below or message us on the Facebook page.
Richard Rawlings can do garage rehab. And
we're Derby Rehab.
Tapper does bar rescue. Yeah, we should be
Derby Rescue.
Derby Rescue bar.
What? Bar? All right. I won't compete against Hollywood. I have way too much respect for Rick, so don't tell me any of his shows. I know what shows he's got. I'm not gonna.
We're not out there to try to steal shows from people. We want to help shows grow.
If you know of a show that recently went away in the last couple of years, they don't do it anymore because it was failing. A show that has potential, you know, a Lions Club or something like that could put one on. They've got the space to do it. They just don't because nobody knows what the hell they're doing.
Local shows that don't have a promoter that can only benefit from having a promoter.
Exactly. Places that right now are just having a Lions Club or whatever do the show themselves, where usually the general model in Wisconsin is you got a bunch of folks that try to get together, they try to put something good out there, but they just don't have the type of experience in the Derby community. So the promoting part of it isn't really there. So we want to help bring some of those shows back. So you'll probably see that in 2020.
Absolutely.
We have probably bored you long enough. We're going to get back to work because we're doing this in the middle of doing a couple other updates, and we'll do a hot box update, and we'll get the RC Derby stuff coming soon. Here for a little bit, you're probably going to see a decent amount of content coming forward. I'm going to do my best to get up as much up as possible. I'm not going to hold on to it to try to make it last longer because once I start moving, which is going to be here real soon, you're probably not going to see anything for a while because I got to get all that fun stuff set up out there.
Season kicks off Saturday.
Appreciate you following along as always.
Get goosed.